Alucard, a name that echoes through the ages, whispered in fear and awe. Even saying his name can give you chills. His presence alone can make the bravest of souls tremble. He's not like other vampires. Alucard stands apart, a figure of both dread and fascination. He's stuck between being a monster and a man, a creature of the night, yet haunted by the remnants of his humanity. Alucard is super powerful and can do really scary things. His abilities are beyond comprehension, making him a formidable force. But deep down, there's a tiny bit of something like human kindness in him, a flicker of compassion that occasionally breaks through his monstrous facade. Alucard is full of opposites. He embodies the struggle between light and darkness, good and evil. He likes being a monster and enjoys beating his enemies. The thrill of the hunt and the taste of victory are intoxicating to him. But sometimes he's surprisingly nice, especially to his boss, Integra Hellsing, and his new vampire friend, Cerys Victoria. These relationships reveal a softer side to him. These little bits of kindness, even if they don't happen often, make Alucard a much more interesting character than just a plain monster. They add depth to his persona. He's both terrifying and kind of cool, a paradox that makes him endlessly fascinating. Alucard's story is all about fighting against the monster inside him. It's a tale of internal conflict, a battle that rages within his soul. Alucard's past is a mystery. His origins are shrouded in darkness, and his true nature is known to only a few. It's a story of blood, legends, and whispers of ancient power. The tales of his exploits have been passed down through generations, each more terrifying than the last. We call him Alucard, but that's just a fake name he uses after being defeated and forced to work for the Hellsing family. This name hides his true identity, a name that once struck fear into the hearts of many. He used to be Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia, also known as Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Dracula, a ruler whose name became synonymous with terror and cruelty. His name is famous for cruelty. His methods of punishment were brutal, and his enemies feared him greatly. He was a warrior king who protected his people from invaders. His military strategies were unmatched, and he was revered as a hero by his own people. But he was also a monster who tortured his enemies. His cruelty knew no bounds, and his methods of torture were infamous. His memories are full of violence and sadness, reminding him of the bad things he did when he was human. These memories haunt him, a constant reminder of his dark past. These bad memories make Alucard want to die. He is a tortured soul seeking redemption for the horrors he once committed. His existence is a constant battle between his monstrous nature and his desire for peace. Vampires are usually lonely creatures. They hunt in the dark and can't have normal relationships. Alucard, who has lived for hundreds of years, knows this loneliness very well. That's why he creates familiars. Familiars are more than just helpers. They're like pieces of the vampire's soul. Alucard's power lets him make these familiars. Alucard is very lonely. He wants friends, but being a vampire makes it impossible. His familiars are a strange way of trying to have friends. Inside the Hellsing Manor, Alucard finds a surprising friend, Integra Hellsing. Their relationship is one of the most interesting parts of the Hellsing story. They are connected by blood and loyalty. Integra is not a weakling. She's strong and determined, a good boss for the old vampire. Alucard, forced to serve the Hellsing family, is very loyal to Integra. He respects her strength and how she faces monsters. He sees her as someone who understands what it's like to fight in the shadows. They often have a silent fight for control, but Alucard knows Integra is strong and committed to her job. Cerys Victoria, a young police officer, is suddenly thrown into a world of vampires. She becomes a vampire, but doesn't want to be one. Alucard, even though he can be mean, becomes her teacher. He sees how good she is, even when things are scary. They are very different. Alucard is an old, tired monster, and Cerys is a new vampire trying to stay human. He wants her to use her new powers and forget about human rules. Cerys, in turn, reminds Alucard that even in darkness, there can be good. He tells her to enjoy being a vampire and use her new strength. Alucard, who can't die, thinks a lot about life. He's seen countries come and go and how humans make the same mistakes over and over. Time never ends for him, and it makes him feel alone. He's part of history, but also separate from it, always watching from the outside. Alucard's thoughts show us the sad part of him hidden under the scary monster. He wonders if living forever is good, or if it's just a never-ending punishment. He wants to die to escape living forever, and it's more than just wanting to be dead. Alucard, the vampire who can't die, is super famous in the anime world. His character has captivated audiences for years, becoming a staple in vampire lore and anime culture. He's both powerful and surprisingly weak at the same time. This duality makes him a fascinating character to watch, as he navigates through his immortal life with both strength and vulnerability. He's a monster, but he can also be kind, especially to Integra and Ceres. His relationships with these characters add depth to his persona, showing that even a creature of the night can have a softer side. This mix of good and bad is why people like him. Fans are drawn to his complexity, finding themselves rooting for him despite his dark nature. Fans and critics love how complex Alucard is, his sad past, and how he thinks about life, death, and what it means to be human. His introspective moments provide a glimpse into his tortured soul, making him a character that resonates on a deeper level. He's not easy to understand, and he shows how powerful vampire stories can be. His battles and internal struggles highlight the timeless appeal of vampire tales, blending action with philosophical questions. Alucard's story, even though it's dark, has a little bit of hope. This glimmer of hope is what keeps viewers engaged, as they see the potential for redemption in his journey. Even a monster who has done bad things for hundreds of years can still find some good. These moments of kindness show that redemption is possible, no matter how dark one's past may be. Alucard's story is a mix of darkness and light. This balance makes his tale compelling, as it explores the duality of his existence and the eternal struggle between good and evil.